What up, people? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's everybody up to? How's everybody doing out there? Yeah. I know. I've been gone a minute. I know. Welcome to the stream. Shout out to my oldest daughter, Kiki. Happy birthday, baby. Where's the camera? Happy birthday, baby. Big 36 today. I think she's 36 today. What am I? 57, 36, 37, something like that. Jesus. They get old quick, man. They get old quick. They get old quick. Good morning, traveler. How we doing there, buddy? I see you peeking at me, man. I see you peeking at me. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot how to do this. Hold on. Let me see. There it is. That's how we do it. I hit that button there and that button there. It's been so damn long since I've been here. And there goes my man, Thomas. Accounting Tom. What's going on, brother? How are you? And then the guy who's responsible for this stream this morning, my man Melly Mel out there in San Antonio. Keep grinding, brother. Keep grinding. He got me on here. Thomas says, yes, sir. My daughter's 27. It goes quick, bro. 27? Dog, I got 3 kids that are older than that. I keep telling y'all, I'm an old man, bro. Oh, my God. If I had to sit here and really think about how old my kids were, I'd probably get depressed. It'd be a wellness check for real, bro. It'd be a wellness check for real. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's doing good, man. Yeah, this is a wellness check video. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up in the comments if you can hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Because I really don't know. I haven't done this in so long. Let's see. Melly Mel, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. You know, there's a lot to be thankful for in this world, man. I don't think we do it enough. Like, we got to check ourselves sometimes, you know, what we got to be grateful for. I don't think enough people are grateful. So, you know, all right. Mel's hearing me good. Okay, good. That means the I don't know if the quality is good. I don't know if what the guy is speaking is good, but at least y'all can hear me, and that's a bonus right there. Thomas says, laughing my ass off. I'm right there with you, brother. And my baby brother will turn 40 this year. You better than yes, Lord. Hey, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how time flies. Like when I started this channel back in, let's see, I established the Kuzz channel. I think it's back in 2016, almost 9 years ago, and I didn't do anything with it. Like, I did nothing with this channel until the pandemic started. And when that got started, I said, you know what? I'm going to make a serious run at this YouTube thing. And so, you know, I did that. And, you know, we found some family, man. We found some success with family. I mean, listen, nobody would be here this morning if it weren't for the Kuzz, me trying to do something with that channel. Right. And so we were able to establish some things. And the whole goal of the channel at the beginning was just to try to help people, bro. Just that's it. But you wind up developing and building family out of this. Right? People that you come to respect, you come to care about, you hope everybody's doing good with it, you know. And at the end of the day, that should be the bottom line. Right? But then what happens? Well, then what happens is, you know, other people kind of jump into the channel. And things can go sideways on you real quick. Don't mind me. I'm just setting up some charts here, blowing through some lows this morning. Waiting on this first 5-minute candle. Let me get you guys caught up on my screen here. So you guys can see what I'm doing over here. So you see, I got we got the NASDAQ up. We are trading MNQ this morning. The micros, not the minis. There's a whole story behind what's been going on with my trading. I can say this. I have learned a lot. And not just about trading. I've learned a lot about myself. And so we've already, real quick, let me show you something real quick. We've already blown through the lows. Here's the pre-market low. We can get rid of that. We don't need that. no more. And we also have blown through, I don't know what's up with my mouse, yesterday's low. So we're blowing through these lows so we can get rid of that. Might see a little downside today. You do have Tesla earnings after the market closes today. Netflix, from what I hear, I haven't done my research this morning, but I guess Netflix did not have good earnings. Probably got something to do with all them people saying the hell with Netflix. I mean, we got to be honest about it, bro. You piss off the people that pay your bills, and guess what they do? They find another way to do things. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I am drinking coffee, y'all. That's coffee. It's funny. I had a Thomas, you'll appreciate this. I shot another Just Ask Grok video. If you guys don't know what Just Ask Grok is, I've got 2 other YouTube channels going. Let me go get the Just Ask Grok link. You guys can go check it out, and I'm going to explain to you everything about what I'm doing here. Sugar mess. Don't pay me any attention. I'm up here trying. I got so much going on, man. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying what I've been doing, which is more than I can say for a lot of people, man, because they're not doing anything, dude. Like, they're staying stuck. Here we go. All right. So we're going to bring this channel up here. We get that copy. I'm going to throw this in the link in the chat. I'd appreciate if you guys go give it a like, a follow. Right? Should be popping up on your screen. There you go. So what we're doing here is I do this thing with Just Ask Grok, where I ask Grok every morning why, just questions, whatever's on my mind, right? Whatever's on my mind. Yesterday was, why are people so angry? Last week I did like 3 or 4 of these little videos. And the way I do them is pretty simple, right? I've got a camera set up in the car. You guys know I do all kinds of videos in the car. I get a camera set up on the car where you can see my screen. You can see wherever I'm driving, right? And I just ask, it's just a conversation, right? It's a real conversation with Grok. And I'm not saying Grok is the one all be all, because it isn't. No search engine is. No AI is. But for the most part, I would say 90% of the time, I learned something, right? And so with Just Ask Grok, today was crazy drivers. So I gotta do that up and get that going. But Thomas, you'll appreciate it, because the coffee, right? There's a comment in there where Grok says, yeah, Irish coffee. You know what? I never knew where that came from until today. Irish coffee is when they put whiskey in the coffee. I didn't know. I'm telling you, learn something new every day, bro. Anyway, we are we got our 5-minute chart going here. We don't have anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. So this would be the first 5 minutes on the orb. We got nothing going there. Markets have been crazy compact from my vantage point, from what I look at. Yesterday I did not have a good day. I dropped like $310. Did take a small trade this morning. Let me see if I can get my mouse to act right. I'm going to order a new mouse today off Amazon. You see how that's doing that mess? Man, I don't like how it's doing that. But anyway, get back over here. So you can see here this morning, what the flip? This morning I took a small trade. I took a 1-to-1. You can see where I got in. It was a short. You can see where I got out. You can also see that it was a 1-to-1 risk to reward. It did hit my 2-to-1, but I kind of thought we'd get down here. So I let it ride out, moved my stop to where I was in profits, and we jumped out of that trade, and we made a couple bucks on that, like $32 or $37, whatever it was. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Count summary, $37.60 on that trade, right? Now, here's some real stuff for you. Right? Here's some real stuff for you. If you're still doing rideshare, right? And a lot of us are, because it's tough out here. If you're still doing rideshare, you have to ask yourself, well, I have to ask myself, How long would it take me on average? Not a one-off, not 10% of the time, but 90% of the time. How long would it take me to make that $37? Knowing what the black app and the pink app, and if you don't understand what I mean by that, obviously Uber, their color scheme is black. Lyft, their color scheme is pink. I'm trying very hard to refer to these apps as the black app and the pink app for personal reasons. Just like when you get a ride request, it's not a request, it's a contract. If you accept the ride, it's a contract. It's a legal binding contract according to the TOS. And so, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that today. We're going to sit here. We're going to try to trade. We're going to have a conversation. I want to know what everybody's up to, what everybody's doing, and how they're doing. But how long does it take to make $37 on that app? Number one. Number two, at what expense did it take to make that $37? And when you can honestly answer that question, then you'll understand, or hopefully you'll begin to understand, why this trading has become so important to me. A lot of people don't get it. They don't see it. Are there risks? Absolutely. A lot of risk. I risked $37 today to make that $37. But if I go out and I'm going to drive, well, what are my risks there? Car insurance, car payment. I'm talking about the tangible stuff now. It's the car payment, the car insurance. That's tangible. Some idiot rear-ending me, side-swiping me, or coming front on. That's tangible, right? We know what tangible and intangible is. Tangible is shit you can touch and feel. Intangible is stuff that it's not of physical, right? So, what do I risk when I go out there? Well, that the Tesla rack, and I call my car the Tesla rack, right? Kind of like, the Tesseract from Marvel, but mine's the Tesla rack. And, that's $30,000 car. Used $30,000 car. And $30,000 for me right now is tough. That's hard. That's hard. Because I still haven't fully recovered from 2.5 years ago. But whatever. So it's the only car we have in the family right now between me and the wife. So, now I risk not only whatever I'm doing with the car, but now I'm risking, getting her where she's got to go, or when she goes to see her parents or whatever, we go to see our kids over in whatever the deal is, we lose our transportation. So there's a lot of risk. And so when you look at the risk to reward, and throughout this past year, and next month will be 1 year that I've been dabbling in futures, trying to learn the futures market. And, it's when I've stopped doing this to do other things at this time of the day, it's been bad news for me, man. I mean, bad news. Like, because while, there's that short-term goal, that shiny thing, and then there's that long-term goal. And my long-term goal is to become more financially free. It's everybody's goal, right? My long-term goal is to not have to be dependent on anybody or any business to try to make money. And with the black app and the pink app, and you can throw the red app in there too, we'll call DoorDash the red app, right? Those are your three major players. Last week, right? The black app just came out with all these new bells and whistles. Oh, we're going to give you, a third more time to decide on a ping. And bro, how does that help you make more money? Everything they do is designed to not let you make more money. Like Charlie Kirk and Steven Crowder and them say, prove me wrong. Name one thing these three apps, the black app, the pink app, and the red app, have done to promote you making more money that doesn't include you having to work more or work harder or do more. So when you bring that back to where we're at now, which you're looking at on my screen, and there's no trade yet because we're looking to bang between the yellow line, top and bottom yellow line here. There's no trade yet. We're at 9:45. So our opening range, which I did not put in here, my bad, y'all. I did not put on my opening range. Now we can move that there. We don't need that anymore. Get rid of that vertical. So now we're in the 15-minute opening range. One thing I'll show you real quick before we continue is when we look at yesterday's range, we're still within that range, right? Yesterday's price movement, we had a low here and a high here. Well, we still haven't hit that high over here, right? And we just barely broke that low from yesterday. So we are still in this little range here, right? We'll put that up just for shits and giggles for I can show you, right? We're still within that range, even though we just had this big wick right here on the 15-minute, this huge wick, and buyers bought it right back up. You know, all this tells me we're flat, because let me go into a 1-hour chart. Right? So here's today. Obviously, this is overnight. This is yesterday, flat. This is the day before. What's today? Wednesday? So Tuesday, kind of flat. I mean, obviously, a lot of trading could be done in there. You know, this is a 1-hour chart. There's a lot of trading could be done. But the range is the range. Like, no matter how you look at it, the range is the range. We're in this range. Right? And as long as we're in that range, you know, we understand where our boundaries are right now. You know, we want to try to figure out something, gain some edge in this range and try to make some trades. Because I'm trading NQ. Actually, you know what? Let me do something here. I don't want anything there. How do I undo the color? Oh, this is how I undo the color. Whoop! There. Now we're done. Undo the color. All right, we'll take that and we'll lighten that up there. Okay, so we know where our range is. Because we know now we're coming off the bottom here, right? The bottom of this range. And we'll see what happens. We're going to try to find something there. With NQ, or MNQ, rather, right? Can we bounce in here and make trades? Yeah, but it's really not my strategy. I'm not that well versed in the markets to sit up here and try to, scalp 1 or 2 points. And with MNQ, the micros, 1 or 2 points is you might as well not trade. There's nothing there. NQ, 3, 4 points here or there, 5 points is $100. So you can do that, but then you're risking $100 also at that time. And because we're in such a tight range, we really have no true direction. I'm not going to risk it. Let's catch up with some of these comments real quick. Driving it. Mill says, my Irish friends do drink. I know they do, brother. I know they do. All right, what else we got here? I have to say that you and Eddie have been committed to this journey. Yeah, 100%. And Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Rome was not built in a day, but that bitch got built. And it didn't get built by starting and stopping, quitting. Has it been hard? Shit, yeah, it's been hard. Have we lost money? In the last year, I can honestly say I paid about $1,000 into my tuition. Meaning it's cost me $1,000 over the last 11 and a half months to get this education. $1,000. Sounds like a lot, but when you look at it, and I've passed evaluations, but then, there's that psychological struggle. There's other things that come in that can lead to, not having a bad day. It's like I said in the beginning, the trading journey is taught, even at 57 years old, trading has taught me a lot about life and about myself that I didn't know before. But it's also showed me that, trading is it's the biggest chess match that nobody can constantly win at, because you're going to lose. You're going to take losses. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. The only thing you can do with trading is try to limit the bad days. And as long as you can control your risk management, control your emotions, you can have success. But again, am I trying? And this is one of the biggest things that I had to learn. I've had, and Eddie will tell you this, I've had $3,000 days. And $3,000 days like they wasn't shit. But I've also had $1,200 losses. I've had more $1,200 loss days than I've had $3,000 winning days. All in evaluations and sim funded accounts. The good thing about the way that we are doing it is we're not risking, our own money in these future accounts. We're in the prop space, which for us works. Because if an account costs me $70 to $100, then yes, I'm invested. I've got skin in the game. To me, that's real money. A dollar is a dollar. I don't give a damn what anybody says, right? And so, you gotta acknowledge that I've got money in this. Now, some people, my Uncle Richie's like, well, it's not your own money, but it is my own money. And once you pass an eval, and now you're in the sim funded, you're trading for real money. Are you? Can you? If you make $100 today, can you take that $100 out today? No. There are rules to the game, and it's their game. The prop space game is no different than the rideshare game. It's no different than food delivery game. It's no different than working for Wawa game. Everybody's got rules, right? Everybody's got rules. Most jobs, when you go to work for somebody, their number one rule is, well, you got to put in all this time. You got to put in this equity. You got to build this equity, and then you get paid 2 weeks later. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to go in and you have to work whatever your schedule is. If it's 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, whatever it is, you have to build all that equity up first before you can take a paycheck. And if you don't build up that equity, if you don't put in the hours, right, then you can't get that paycheck, or your paycheck's going to be nil, void, nothing. It's the same thing here, right? With the prop space, everything is based on $2,000 drawdown or losing $2,000 and then getting to a $3,000 profit margin on these 50K accounts, which is what I trade. I trade 50K thousand accounts. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, 100%, bro. Rome was not built in a day. So the point is, I guess my point is that, we're just trying to do better by ourselves, for our families, and for our futures. So next month, I want to do more live streams. I do. I'm not someone that, like, I can help people make money driving, right? If they want to do rideshare. I'm not a one-all be-all. There's lots of guys out there that do better than I do, but their goals or their rules are different from my rules. That doesn't make them wrong or right. Doesn't make me wrong or right. We just go at it differently. But I can help people make money driving rideshare. You do A, B, C, and D, and then hopefully E will come out, right? That's easy. Trading, I ain't, man. Shit, this is not financial advice. Shit, don't ask me. But what I can do is I can show you what I'm doing and where I'm at. Like right now, we're on this 15-minute. We're just now trying to break above the 15-minute opening range. But here's the issue that we have here. See this dotted blue line right here? This is yesterday's close. This is where the market closed yesterday. We're looking for this to break out, create a fair value gap above or in this here, which technically we could say this is a fair value gap here. Let me see. Is it going to agree? Yeah, the model agrees that this is a fair value gap, right? We stepped down. We dipped into it. This candle looks like it's going to close above, but I'm not going to take a trade here for two reasons. Number one, this is where I would take the trade, right? If I were going to take the trade, I'd be looking to get into the trade. Let's see, that closed above it. So yeah, we'd have to get in right here, right? And we'd be putting our stop loss right here. Let me open this up, right? And it would have already broken below that stop loss. See that big wick there? That big wick, sellers stepped right in. The market's looking to hunt and take out stop losses. So for me, this is not a trade. We didn't close above. We did not close above. Well, we did close above here. Yeah. No, this is a trade I would not have taken. And that doesn't mean this trade won't be good, because there are other people out there will say, okay, well, here's the fair value gap, Vinny, right here, right? So you would put your stop at the bottom of this candle here, this wick, right? And then maybe go up for a 2-to-1, which you could have done this, right? Here's a 2-to-1 right there. And we'll leave this up and we'll see if the trade hits. We'll call it right there. Geez, I got to get a new mouse. I want to make this bigger, guys. Don't laugh at my mouse. So let's see what happens here. This is where the trade would have been. We'll set up a trade order, 1 micro contract. That's it. That's all we need to do, 1 micro. Right? So we'd be risking $29 to make $58. So if it gets below, breaks below this, which I wouldn't have taken because it never truly broke above the upper level orb of the 15-minute orb, it came right back down in. So it's coming back into this range. And remember, we're in this range. The yellow line or the orange lines are my range. This is a 3-day range. See, it would have stopped us out already. So we'd have lost $30, $29 on that. It's a no trade. But a year ago when I started, I would have hopped on that trade and I'd be like, yeah, took the loss. And like, oh no, I got to get back in. You know, you get into the FOMO, fear of missing out. You get into rage trading. You get into revenge trading. So when I say I've learned. Like I've learned. And so it's the same thing with like driving. So Melvin, right, out of San Antonio, Melvin, you know, I'm not going to get into his business, but prayers up for him because he's going through some rough stuff too, just like the rest of us, right? And he's going into split shifts. So he's back driving Uber because it's great to have the black app in your pocket, the pink app in your pocket. It's not something that we should do every day. You can't do it like that every day, although there are plenty of people that'll argue with me, yeah, you can do it like this every day. You can make a living out here. To what cost are you making that living, though? But anyway, I digress. So he's doing split shifts to make his money now, right? He's doing a morning shift. He's doing an evening shift. You know, he had a good day yesterday, you know, 200 plus yesterday. And that's awesome. That's great. That's him showing me how he's making his money. I want to do a morning shift and an evening shift, but it messes up everything else that I got to do. So, you know, different strokes, different folks. I guess that's what I'm trying to say there. Same thing with trading. Now, a year later, we can see this white line here is VWAP. The little skinny yellow line here is the 21 moving average. Right back here. So if we don't break above or break below the orb, there's no real trade in there. Now, in 1 minute, we're going to change this. This is how I trade. And there are going to be days where you don't make money. There are going to be days where you don't take a trade. Today might be one of those days. So the 5-minute chart, 1 minute, or 5-minute candle, 1 minute chart. 15-minute orb, 1 minute chart. But at 10 o'clock, we go to a 30-minute orb, and I go to the 5-minute chart. And now I'm looking for something completely different. See, in the 5-minute and 15-minute orb, I'm looking for a breakout above or below the opening range. But here, I guess I can change this now. Go to the 5-minute chart here. Actually, let's go to the 30-minute chart. Interesting to look at this. This is a giant doji, man. We've wicked all the way down. Buyers bought it back up. Right? We wicked up. Sellers sold it back down. And this is where we're at. So now we're in a 30-minute chart. So now the rules change a little bit. Now on the 5-minute chart, I am looking for a fair value gap inside the chart directional, whether it's going to be, you know, a bullish trend or a bearish within the range of the 30-minute chart. Now, if it goes above it or below it, that's neither here nor there. What I'm looking for now is something in here. I can't really look at this fair value gap right here. Let me shut out the orb. Really can't look at this fair value gap right here because it still hasn't dipped back in to this fair value gap, right? It established the FVG, but it hasn't dipped back into it. Now, if it comes down and dips into it and we automatically reject back to the upside, this is something where I can have a trade set up to go, right? We can have a trade ready to go. Set that right there. We'll put this at 3-1. There we go. So we'll have a trade set up to go, but it's got to come back to it. If it breaks out and above or gives us another fair value gap in here, we'll make that judgment then. Anyway, that's how I trade. That's my strategy. That's it. I've had a lot of success. I've had some heartbreak. A lot of times with the heartbreak, it's just bad risk management. It's the same as driving, right? If I get out there and I drive I drive 7 days a week. That app goes on 7 days a week right now because I'm starting to see some progress. We're starting to come back into our season a little bit down here in South Florida. I'm making progress. Am I plus? Nope, not plus yet, but I'm making progress, which is good. That's what you want, right? You want progress. Oh, let's see what else is going on out here. So what's going on with you guys, man? Have you guys found pivots yet? Are you guys pivoting yet or no? Okay, there's that one. Eddie texts me and says, sweet plus 445 in the account. Took that drop. Awesome, brother. You see? And that's the other thing, dude. Like, even though some people will sit there and tell you it's foolish to do what you're doing. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? It's not anything specific. But if you believe in what you're doing, if you believe that what you're doing is going to benefit you, fuck everybody else. Seriously. Like, that was the reason why I kind of got away from this channel a little bit. Because people, we got a trade set up, one contract. Now you see how this almost got here? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me try to open this up. God damn it, I'm getting a new mouse today. I might pull a move and go to Best Buy. So this wick came all the way here. Didn't get into the fair value gap, but it could have ticked in. So we got a trade set up. Not a big trade. Risking $26 to make 78. Okay. Right? But what I'm a little weary about, and I need to see it wick in and make a decision, is we're up here at the top of the range, the 30-minute range. And this is a giant doji in here. Still's got another minute left on this candle. So that's that. But the thing is people sit there and they try to tell you what's good for you. No, don't do things this way. No, don't do things that. Bro, unless you go out and attempt to do it yourself, you'll never know. You'll never know. And then next thing you know, a year later, you're in the same shit, whatever it is. Could be working at the grocery, could be working at a car dealership, could be working a farm, could be doing right, whatever it is. If you are still in the same spot you were a year ago and you didn't take any chances to try to better yourself, whose fault is that? This shit could completely go sideways and down the drain. Right? Absolutely it could. But it could also go up. It could also benefit me. Even if I never make another dollar trading the markets. This is real shit now. If I never make another dollar trading these markets, and I've made money trading the markets. Don't let the prop game fool you. I've learned more about myself in this past year trying to understand this, getting my mind wrapped around it. Some people pick up on it like that. Other people will never pick up on it. I'm somewhere in between. They picked it up like that. And they never did. I'm somewhere in the middle there. I learned so much about myself. And peep this. And I learned so much about other people. Like Melvin said, Eddie and I have been on this journey now for a year. You know what? Every fucking day, Eddie and I talk about what's going on. And not just with trading, but rideshare, personal shit. I trust Eddie. I can't say that about a lot of people, right? I trust Eddie. The only other person outside of my family that I trust right now, because I know them personally, is my Uncle Richie. I trust these guys, right? That's not to say I don't have faith in other people. It's just I know these guys. So, sometimes you learn even if you didn't earn. Y'all can quote me on that. Anyway, I'm just up here running my mouth today, huh? Oh man, let's see. Thomas. Oh yeah, I got pivots I'm working on now. And that's the deal, bro. Like Thomas has entered into the EV space. He picked up a Nano Leaf or Nissan Leaf. I forget who makes that car. And he's learning some things about it. And so, EV is an EV, bro. I don't care if it's a Tesla or not. Who cares? You start getting into the EV space, you start learning different things. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. I had a guy yesterday in my car. I only took one ride yesterday. Nice little premiere ride. And we were talking about, he noticed all my different brackets in the car, right? For my camera. So like when you're in my car, I've got behind the Tesla screen, I've got a camera mount. Over here to the left of me on the glass, I got my phone mount down here. I got a camera mount here. Right here between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, I've got another mount that hangs down like this. And then, I'm able to take my camera, right? Because of the magnetic mount, I'm able to go from here to here to here just by snap, right? It works for me. So he's like, hey man, I see all these mounts, dude. What's going on with that? I said, well, I do a little YouTube stuff. And I was telling him about my Just Ask Rock channel, and he was like blown away because still, and you guys who drive EVs out there, Teslas especially, can let me know in the comments, bro. I would say 95% of the people still have never been in a Tesla that get in our cars for rideshare. 95% of them still never been in a Tesla. And down here in South Florida, we see tons of Teslas, tons of EVs, Rivians, Teslas. What's the other one? The Lucid, the Air, right? We don't see as many of those, but a lot of Rivians, a lot of Teslas, and a lot of those Kias. See a ton of those, right? I see more of the Kias than I do the Hyundais, even though they're the same company. Point being is, a lot of them have never been in a Tesla. So they're already like, oh man, this is a cool vehicle. This is a cool vehicle, right? Or they got 90 million questions. But now you had the cameras in there. And then this guy and I were talking about Grok. And so I tapped the button because I got Grok in the car. Most Tesla people do. And I said, hey, Grok, meet, I'm not going to say his name, but meet so-and-so. And, he doesn't know exactly how you work. Can you explain it to him? And blah, 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 blah. Now they're having a conversation. And so, we get into talking about this. And then, so we get done with Grok. And he asked me about, he says, have you looked at all of the talk about the AI companions? And if y'all don't know what an AI companion is, it's pretty much if you're a guy, well, it's it's something on your phone. I don't want to say it's a Grok, but it's like you can develop, a personal friend. Let's put it that way. It's a personal friend. You see all this doji in here, man? Yeah, still just doji in here. It's not doing shit. Still hasn't come down and hit this fair value gap. Hasn't broken out above. Patience might not be that little trade I took this morning earlier for 30. That might be the only trade I make today. I don't know. We're going to find out. Anyway, so he was saying that he was in his kitchen and he has Alexa, the Amazon thingamajiggy. And I guess they've done some upgrades. I disconnected my Alexa. I use Grok all the time in Gemini. But now I'm going to have to hook up Alexa and see what's going on there. Anyway, he says that over the past couple of weeks, he's been talking to Alexa and he's noticed that Alexa is now remembering things like what his wife's name is, what the dog's name is, what the dog type of dog it is, and all this other bullshit. And he said the other day he went in there and he asked Alexa, hey, I want to make dinner for my wife. What do you think I should make? And it was at that moment that he realized that these AIs can do good. In other words, he forgot he was having a conversation with a computer program. Now, just so happens that the last week or so, I have been, because of all the Just Ask Rock videos I put out, I was asking, I started doing some research on this AI companion thing. It just happened to be a coincidence that we had this conversation yesterday. And, like 50% of the videos are like, hey, man, AI companion and all the pros to it, all the good stuff that can happen with it, versus, the AI companions, negative stuff, all the cons. Oh, you can't do this, get out, touch grass. You need that human connection, blah, 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 blah. And so that brings me to a whole nother point. And maybe I should save this for the next time I stream. All right. We just hit this fair value gap. Y'all see it, right? We're in that fair value gap now. Actually, let me make this a little cleaner so you guys can see it. All right. We're in this fair value gap now. I should have did this before. Now you can see we just wicked into that fair value gap. Now, I could take the risk on this trade because we're about halfway in this range, though. It is rejecting out of it. It looks like it wants to go. See how it just keep pushing back in? You know what? It's a $26 trade. We'll jump in the trade. I might have missed it, though. Because, see, now I'm going to need it to come back in and wick again. So I might have missed the trade because I was running my mouth. But let's see what happens. Only $26. Let's see what happens. So, you got so many people on one end want you to have a positive outlook on things. You got, all right, we're in the trade. And we could get stopped out real quick here. Let's see what happens. You can see the if it's red, it's a loss. If it's green, it's positive, right? We're profitable. Let's see what happens here. This is trading. And so he was saying he's starting to feel a little afraid. All right, we're out. So that's a $26 loss. And now we're going to see if this, let's see, let's get rid of this now. So let's see if it breaks below. If we invert this fair value gap and now come down. Because now we're looking for, because we can see it's trying to set up. We might get a bearish fair value gap here and go down for the ride. So now we got to wait and see. We got, looks like we are going to create a bearish fair value gap here. Got 38 seconds left. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this straight. We could invert that fair value gap and go back down the other way. So we're probably going to be in another trade here real quick. And y'all going to have to remind me what we were just talking about. It's definitely going to close that fair value gap. It's definitely closing outside of that. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. So now we got a fair value gap that is attempting to form right here. It hasn't formed yet. It's attempting to form right here. So we got to let this candle finish out, do what it's going to do, and then we'll bring this in. So I'll just leave that there for right now. All right. So what he was saying is that he felt very comfortable talking with that AI. So then he got into, but there are plenty of people out here that get into relationships and things like that with the AI. And yes, they do. Do you know why? Because they feel safe. This is a real thing. This is what I'm learning, the psychology of it all. There was a movie called Her, Her. I don't know, it was 2012, 2014, something like that. I remember seeing the movie. It's about this guy who, for whatever reason, I can't remember the reason why, but he was a lonely guy, right? He was at, I don't know if a wife died, girlfriend left him, I can't remember. But, he started, he had this program on his computer. And it was like what you would call comparing, it was like an AI. So he starts having conversations with it. And it's responding to him. And so they're going back and forth, back and forth. And eventually, over a short period of time, the guy falls in love with the computer program, with the AI. And it seems as if the AI is extremely empathetic, sympathetic, and caring for the guy, even though it's a computer software program. But the human psyche, mental health, and men face this way more than women do. Men need to feel that connection, that loyalty, right? I'm serious when I say this, and I know this is way off the edge, but men need to feel that loyalty. If a man does not feel his partner, right, is loyal to him, that man's going to bail. He's good. Whether he does right by his partner or not is irrelevant. I know it's fucked up, but it's true. If a man doesn't feel like his partner is loyal to him, he'll take off. He absolutely will. Unless he's an extremely emotional person, and in which case he'll put up with the bullshit. Okay, that's fair too. But here's the thing. If you're telling me that I can open this up and begin to have a conversation and get that, now, I don't want to say positive feedback, but I can get that feedback that feels like it gives a shit about what I'm telling it, there's going to be an attachment to it. Now, it could be mental, it could be spiritual, it could be, physical. How can it be physical? Well, listen, sex is all mental anyway, right? Let's just call it what it is. Sex is mental. It's a mental fucking game, right? If you're not attracted to the chick, you're not going to catch a nut. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. And I'm not talking about when you're drunk, because when you're drunk, everything's attractive. We all know this. Man, this conversation's gone way off the rails. Oh, man, let me catch up with some of these damn comments. Oh, my God. You always have to work on yourself, and you're 100%. Oh, this is a reminder. Really, Stephen? It's a 2-day late reminder. All right. Let's see. Because they don't get yelled at or judged for asking genuine questions. Because they actually get a response for communicating. Yep. 100% right, Vinny. Loyalty is everything to me. That's right. And that's why AI bots is going to be man's best friend. Look at Eddie in the house. All right. By the way, y'all, this is not going to be a fair value gap here. So we got nothing here. Nothing here. See, it closed it up. That's why you don't immediately jump on it. You got to let the market show you what it's going to do. And right now, it ain't doing shit. Unless your name is Eddie. If your name is Eddie, it's showing you something. But at the end of the day, while human connection is a real thing, bro, look at where we're at. I promise you, everybody walking the planet, everybody spends more time with this than they do with any one human. Tell me I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. You spend more time with this thing than you do with any human in a 24-hour period. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, and then I want you to go and look on your phone on your weekly review, screen time versus talking to whoever the hell you live with time. I promise you, you spend more time with this fucking thing. Doesn't mean you're talking to an AI chatbot. You could be scrolling the markets, you could be scrolling Twitter, you could be scrolling Instagram, you could be doing black app, you could be doing pink app, you could be doing red app, whatever it is. You could be checking your bank account, whatever it is. You spend more time with this thing than you do touching grass. Isn't that what they say now? Touch grass. Anyway, oh my god, bro. That's why AI bots. Yeah, Eddie, I don't see anything either. I just tried to take a quick scalp off this 5 minute here. Went against me, so we're down a little. We're only up like $12 on the day, $10 on the day, whatever it is. Richie Hustle's in the building. That's where we're at, y'all. 10:21 a.m. 10:21 a.m. for my military personnel. You know who you are. Even on the 15-minute chart, I'm not seeing much. Right? If we hide everything. 15-minute chart, big doji down. Right? Wick down, back up, doji there. We did have some sellers come in trying to take control, but again, look where we're at. We are still in our range. Remember the orange box, right? The orange box here. That's our range. We're still in that range. You see that? Still in that range. We have not broken or closed below this range that we are sitting in. That is now a 3-day range. See that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're still in that range. So what does that tell us? Well, I don't know what it tells y'all, but it tells me, Vinny, you might not want to, don't take any big risks. It's okay to sit out. Go drive Uber, make a living driving Uber. Ha! But don't give up any capital, which is the name of the game, not to lose capital. You know, while that's doing that, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, man. Y'all want to do some Bitcoin? Let's see. Where's my BTC? I gotta remember which chart. Okay, that's in the midday live, right? Take a look at BTC real quick. Well, we'll go to XRP first. See what XRP is doing. Let's go out onto a 4-hour chart on XRP. So 4-hour chart, XRP. Oh, look at that. Rejecting off fair value gap. Bam, bam, bam. Right? So if you're in XRP right now, we could be looking for a retracement back down to about 229. Right now, it's currently trading at 237. If you've got 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares, or 10,000 coins of XRP, and you want to go for that 12 cents a coin, I mean, you can make a couple $100, right? For me, it's not worth it. The only thing I'd be looking to do here now, XRP, this is for Steven. All right. God damn this mouse. Right? I would be looking to see, again, we're in another range. We can see the range right here. It's just sitting there. Let's add this in here just for Steven. All right, so there we go. Let's lock that up. 218. I'd be looking at 230 first as a buy opportunity, and then maybe down to 218 and see if it rejects and starts to go back up in price. We'll have to see what happens there. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin. 4-hour chart again. Oh, Christ, this mouse is killing me. Somebody make a donation so I can get a new mouse today. Let's go. All right, so we are on a pretty good daily here. We can see we're on this. This should be red, not green. So here's the height of Bitcoin at 126.5, right? Let's throw this up there. Bam, right there. Boom. We're going to mark this green. We're going to lock that in. So there's the height of Bitcoin, 126,296. Looks like that was the number. Okay. We can see we're bouncing around here again, but downtrend, right? This is a long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Failed to break above it. Still coming down. And now we're in a bearish fair value gap here. We wicked in. So if I were a gambling man, and if I were a gambling man, which I am not, it's not financial advice, by the way. If I were a gambling man, if I were trading this, right, on a 4-hour chart, I'd probably be looking for something like this. I would take that up, and let's bring this down to we'll go to a 1-to-1 trade on this. So if I were trading the Bitcoin ETF, hold on a minute. Let me, why won't it? Oh, that's why, because this isn't the ETF. So it's not going to let me do this. Let me get into the ETF here. Hold on, into the futures. Let me do it that way. Bitcoin futures. There it is. Boom. Let me trade this out real quick. If I were a trading man and I was trading the Bitcoin ETF, we can see the rejection here. I'd probably be looking at something like this, right? We go for a 2-to-1 right here. So if we risked one contract on the minis, I'd be risking 10,000 to make 21,000. If we did it this way on the micro, which is where I live, because my ass is broke, right? I would be looking for something like this right now. 2-to-1 right there. Meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on NASDAQ over here, the 15-minute chart. I can see this trade. I can leave this trade on. One contract. So we'd be risking $216 to make $434. But that's on a 4-hour chart. So that's a long-term thing. When you're dealing with prop firms, you don't get to sit there. You only get 23 hours to trade. So this doesn't make, you can't do this. If I'm an investor in Bitcoin, I'd be looking to buy. My first buy point would be about right here, about 107,220. If it breaks below 107,220, I'd be looking to buy somewhere around 103,750. But, that's not financial advice. That's whatever y'all think. I ain't got nothing to do with that. All right, so here we are, 5-minute chart. And even though we just broke below this, I do not have a fair value gap. I need a fair value gap in order for me to take this trade, because that is my way of trading. All right, let's see what's going on here. Antonio, half amazing. Not AI girlfriend. I have to add you to the letter gang. Something. Bro, I do not have an AI girlfriend. I got a real life wife, and I would never do that twice. No, bro, I'm not talking about me, Antonio. I'm not talking about me. I'm saying there are people out here that they struggle in relationships. That's all I'm saying. And they might find comfort, whether it's real or imaginary, in a computer program. I'm just saying. That's the reality of it. There are plenty of disturbed people out here. Man, this is really dropping. Do we have some news or something? Oh, wow, this really fell. Holy shit. But you know what it did? Look at this. It came and it hit this target I had. See this green line here? Came, and now it's sweeping this little bit of liquidity. We could see another drop all the way down to here now. This could be another drop in the market. Let's get this up where it needs to go so you guys can see it. See, we could see another drop now. Now, this was a range I already had set up. And now you can see on the 30-minute chart, we got a fair value gap here that just formed. Let's get back to the 5-minute chart, see what we see. See, now we got this fair value gap, which for me, this fair value gap is in play. It's in play because the fair value gap started in the 30-minute orb, opening range breakout. It started. So this fair value gap is in play, but we got to see how it plays out. We still got 4.5 minutes on that candle. We might catch a short from here playing down all the way down here to this 25.037. I don't know yet. But anyway, nah, Tony, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I ain't trying to hear all that. Let's see. Steven, yeah, bro, I ain't good for a lot of things, but I mean, I can give you the what ifs. If this, then this, or what if this, then that. I mean, hell. Do you still think it'll go under $2? It really depends. In my humble, I don't know shit opinion, do not take this as financial advice. If Bitcoin resurges and goes on a rip because investors are scrambling to hedge their money and hold on to their money, when the markets and stocks fall down, physical assets like gold, security assets like gold, silver, precious metals, they skyrocket. Gold's already at all-time highs. Gold is already at all-time highs. It's still better than $4,000 an ounce. Silver is at all-time highs. Precious metals. These are physical, tangible things. This is shit you can put your hands on, right? You guys know I'm preaching to the choir here. But Bitcoin is now in that same asset class, right? Because it's, even though it's digital and you can't physically touch it, as long as we got computers, it's money. It's a fiat. It can be traded. It's a store of value, which we can have that discussion all day long about what people think about Bitcoin. And again, that goes to the same conversation we were just talking about AI companions, right? Well, Vinny, I can touch grass, I can touch grass. I can touch gold. I can touch silver. I can't touch Bitcoin. You're right. But Bitcoin still is what it is. It's a finite amount supply. And if it's in demand, price is going to go through the roof. But when that happens, you guys, Stephen, especially you already know. If Bitcoin moons, altcoins take a back seat. It's not alt season. It's Bitcoin season. So we might see that price drop down. People might take out of there and they might sell some of their altcoins and go buy Bitcoin, ride it up. And then when Bitcoin starts to steady off, then alt season usually comes behind it. And now people will start buying. So we might see $2. We might. There's a good chance that it happens. I don't know if that answers your question. There's a good chance that it might happen. All right. Yeah, not you, the person. I'm not sure what Antonio means, but yes, sir. I agree. Okay. Scott Rob, good morning, Vinny. Why don't I see any purple on your screen? I thought this was Uber Class 101. No, now if y'all want to follow my Uber stuff, and it's not Uber anymore, Scott, it's the black app, the pink app, and the red app, even though I don't do food delivery. I don't give them, I can't respect them to name them anymore. I might fraudulently, I can't say that goddamn word. We all got words. We can't talk. Don't judge me. Fraudulent. Did I say that right? I might fraudulently slip and call it Uber or Lyft or DoorDash, but I'm really working hard to retrain my brain. Black app, pink app, red app, because they don't respect me as a driver, as a human. So I shouldn't have to respect them, call them by their name. Anyway, y'all go over to Tesla Rideshare for that. That's where that is. So Tesla Rideshare is, hold on a minute. Let me bring that up as well. Give you the Tesla Rideshare channel also. Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop. Hold on a minute. I'm going to get there. There it is. Hey. Come back on here. So I've been doing over on this channel the content for the apps, rideshare apps, but mainly with a focus on Tesla, self-driving, things like that. So they're all pinned in the comment. I just dropped a link down there. You guys can see it if you want to see it. Okay. That's where that is, bro. All right, let's get back to trading a little bit here. Do I have anything up here? All right, so we created our fair value gap right here. So this is a real gap for me. All right. This is an actual tradable spot. But we got to see now. Is it going to come back and get me? Get into it and then dip? Or is it just going to take off without me? We don't know. We don't know. And we won't know. And that's okay too. Because we're not going to FOMO into it. We're not going to worry about if we get in the trade or not. If it doesn't fit the strategy, I will not trade it. Period. End of discussion. Or as my people on the left say, full stop. Full stop. End of story. Full stop. I don't know. You ever notice that, bro? People on TV, doesn't matter. Left, right, down the middle. If they hear somebody say something and it sounds masculine and definitive and Tarzanic, everybody uses it. That's the video I put out yesterday on Just As Grok. Why are people online so angry? Got a lot of buyers coming back here on the 5-minute. See that wick down there? We'll set up a trade. Doesn't mean we're going to take the trade because I'm still a little skeptical. And this trade, this is going to be a big trade. This might cost a couple pennies. So we'll take it for a 2-to-1. We'll see if we can get a 2-to-1 out of this, which would put us down here to our next target, right? One contract, boom, there's the one contract. So now at this point, we'll be risking 100 to make 200 if we get in this trade. I don't know if we're going to get in the trade yet. Anyway, we'll see what else is going on up here. I appreciate y'all stopping by today, spending your morning with me. We've been on for about an hour now, hour and 10. I do appreciate y'all coming by. Are we going to do a show tonight? I got to talk with Steven about that. We haven't been doing them, the hangouts, because we've been working. Like Steven's on a mission, to knock out a lot of debt. I'm on a mission to get back to break fucking even in life financially because I'm not at break even. I'm still below. So we've been putting in work out there. Down here in South Florida, the season's trying to come back. I've seen hints of the season trying to come back. You guys know I don't drive for the pink app much. I do drive for the black app because the black app pays better. And black app still offers me Premier for now until January 1st. And then Premier goes away. And then I got to reassess all of that. Anyway, see, it doesn't look like it wants to come give us an opportunity here. At least not right now. Now, this could dip down, guys. This could dip down, come back, tap this, bounce all the way back up, and then take off for the lower end. It really depends on, Tesla's going to have good earnings today. But it's funny for me, what I see when Tesla does well, NASDAQ goes down. When the other stocks, Netflix, Apple, NVIDIA is no longer on NASDAQ, that's on the S&P. But when the other stocks are doing well, Microsoft, all of those, fucking NASDAQ does good. I don't understand the anti-Tesla sentiment when it comes to NASDAQ. People hate him that much. And this is way before any political bullshit. This always been that way with Tesla. But ask a shareholder if I give a fuck what NASDAQ thinks when Tesla's doing good. Ask any shareholder. Worth their weight. They know. Tesla does good. Everybody's happy. They're all closet Tesla lovers. We know this. Anyway, what do we got? Let's see. Thomas. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Scott, no problem. I'm on my way to LAX. Bro, Scott, I hope all's doing well with you, brother. We need to do a hangout tonight, Steven. Just letting you know. I would like to do a show tonight if we can. See, now Thomas wants to do. Now, okay. All right. Check out Blocks ticket. What the hell is Blocks? I don't know what Blocks is. Roblox? Talking about Roblox? Hold on. We want stocks. Got Blocks, but let me try this. Roblox. Okay. Here's Roblox. Woo! Shit, they're getting tore up, ain't they? Let's go to the daily on Roblox, bro. Look at Roblox. Look at Roblox. Roblox got a lot going on here, bro. They are under fire now. Major lawsuits against Roblox. So we could say that they were on this trajectory here. They were doing good here, right? Got an order block way down here. I mean, bro, that's a hell of a run up, bro. From here at the bottom, right? 198% gain since April of 25 to now, to here. Now we look at them, bro, they got major lawsuits against them, right? Allegations of grooming kids. Like, you got to call it what it is. That's the allegation. They're talking about, showing minors stuff that they shouldn't be showing minors, and predatory type people on Roblox. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but I call it what it is. So now, here's their all-time high. Looks like their all-time high. Let's see. Let's get into a weekly here. Yeah, their all-time high right there. Get back into the daily. I mean, they got a zone to break too now, right? So here's your zone. Here's your zone. This is the zone they got to break. Right? That's their zone. If they fall, actually, you know what? That's not right. Here's their zone right here. Okay. All right. So let me finish this so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I have never looked at Roblox stock, but if they fall out of this red area and fall down, I mean, they can go for a tumble. They can absolutely go for a tumble. This was previous high in this area right in here somewhere, right? So there's a zone down in there, but it could absolutely fill, because all this liquidity is here. It's just liquidity, right? We had a nice little pullback there. Let's pull out a fib real quick. We'll go from there, reversed here. There we go. So just on a basic fib, damn it. I'm sorry for my mouse, guys. I got to get a better mouse. So here's the Fibonacci from high to low, right? Came back, bounced to like that 78.6 level, broke below the 50, come back up, and it's rejecting again. We're down below the 50 again. I mean, we could see. We could. I don't know. I'm not familiar with their stock. I just know about the lawsuit now and the allegations. So we'll see. Are the allegations and the lawsuit going to be more detrimental to them than parents who turn their kids loose on their iPads to go play Roblox? See, the parents ain't shit either. This is where an AI companion for parents to help safeguard their children against situations like this. This is where AI could help, because the AI could restrict. I'm not talking parental controls. I'm talking about 24/7 monitoring of your child's activities online, like a nanny, an AI nanny. That could do some shit. All right, so let's see. Stock, can you say they're like Joe Biden? You can say they're like, oh, okay. No, Blocks ETF, LOL. Okay, but Roblox, we did that. Now, I did see Blocks ETF. I don't even know what that is. But let's go see what that is. Blocks. There is a Blocks ETF. Not Roblox, bitch. It's a Blocks. Here's the ETF. I don't even know what this is, dude. But on the daily, if I were Nicholas Crypto, it's a crypto ETF. Okay. Well, just based off what I generally know, Hold on real quick. Let me check something over here. Let's see. We got nothing there on the 5. We'll go back to the 15 here. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap over here on this. We got to keep an eye on that. What I see on the daily, well, here's a bullish fair value gap. It's breaking into that fair value gap now. Let's break this down into a 1-hour chart. Actually, let me go back here for a minute. So we got this. Turn that green. Now we'll go down into a 30-minute chart. Okay. So if this is coming down into it right now, into this fair value gap, depending on what it does here, it could jump back up. If it rejects here and comes back out, it's probably going to go up. If it keeps coming down, obviously it's going to go down. I'm not familiar with the stock. Let's go from the low to the high. We broke it below the 50%. This is 61.8. So you're in. If this is going to continue up, you are in a premium area to purchase more, right? If we take this and I do this, hold on. Let me pull up. Oh, because I got that there. My bad. Okay, let's do this. Can't do that. Okay. So from you're in anything below 50% on the retracement is considered a discount zone. So you could buy in here and see what happens. I mean, it looks like it's trending up, right? If we look at the trend here. But I mean, that's a long trend, dude. So it could slam all the way back down here before it goes up. I don't know. I don't know the ETF enough to sit there and make a decision on it. But I can tell you this. I mean, I ain't stupid. It's going up. Oh, my mouse. This mouse is killing me. About to go get a wired mouse in a minute. And when we're definitely trending up, I would sit there and wait and see what it looks like. See what it does out of this zone. If it rejects the zone and starts popping back up, I might take another stab at it, add to my position. But I don't know what I'm talking about. So just ask anybody, they'll tell you. All right, I got to get back to MNQ over here. What are we looking at here? We got to get back on the 5. See, it never gave me an entry here based off my. And what did I say before we started looking at other stuff? This could come straight down, come down, tap, reject, come back in here, and then continue back down. We don't know yet. We don't know what we don't know till we know. That's just the way it is. Anyway, all right. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. It is 10:48 in the morning. I appreciate everybody that hung out with me this morning. We're here. Thomas, we're here. Thomas, I'll reach out to Steven and maybe we'll do a show tonight. I actually don't have a problem doing a show tonight, but even if I got to run it by myself, because I know Steven's on the grind right now. But you and I can run the show. We can run the show. So you know what? I think we will. I don't think there's anything pushing me tonight. Let me see what Uber, if there's any events on Uber. Let me check that out. Are there any opportunities for me, Uber? Any opportunities for me, Uber? No, the airport's not an opportunity. Inbox. Introducing pet-friendly rides. What do you mean, introducing pet-friendly rides? Opt in. I don't do pet rides. Fuck your pet rides. Jesus Christ. Opportunities. Thursday at the James Hill Night Center Billboard Music Awards. Nope, we don't go to Miami unless it's triple digits. Wednesday, Macy Gray at the Hard Rock Live Orlando. Why do they show Hard Rock Live Orlando when I'm in Davie? When I'm in Fort Lauderdale? And then they show Fort Lauderdale. See that? They show Fort Lauderdale, but it says Orlando. See that? But it's showing Fort Lauderdale. But it says Orlando. For all those invested in Uber, this is a tech company. This is a tech company. They can't even get their own shit right. Stupid asses. What else? There's nothing else there. Is there any surge on the map out there? Nothing out there right now. See, nothing out there on a Wednesday, South Florida. Nothing. So yeah, as of right now, yeah, all right, we'll do a show tonight. Let's do a show tonight, bro. Otherwise, anyway, all right, y'all, we're creeping back up. Oh, let's see what happens here. Didn't I have a trade set up for this? I thought I did. It's like $100 trade, right? All right, so let's see how it reacts. See, it's coming, it's creeping right back up. Now, if we pull a fib, this would be from here, low to high on this leg. Came, broke below. Let's see if it comes all the way back up to the line here. We'll leave that up there. I know there's a lot on this chart right now, but here, we'll leave it like that. Let's see what happens. Now you guys got a clear screen. 15-minute chart over here, 5-minute chart over here. See what it does. See, it's coming back aggressively. But when we look at volume, 29, 38. So this green candle, a lot of buyers in here. 16,000 in this. So they're trying to buy it back up. But volume on the sells have been strong. 28,000, 42,000, 44,000, 32,000, 29,000. Now on the buys on the way back up, 38,000 on this 5-minute candle, but we're only at 18,000 on this 5-minute candle about halfway through. So I'd put about 36,000 if it holds true. Let's see what it does. Let's see. Yes, sir. Good show. We need to catch up. Okay. I'll help run the show. Okay. Steven's at home every night. He doesn't work. Stop, Scott. Boy, I tell you, Scott's rough. I've got a brown thumb. Oh, Steven, you'd love that. Remind me. Let's have that conversation tonight that I had with the VIP today on the way into work. The black app. Yep, black app. I'm telling you. Uber is the black app. Lyft is the pink app. DoorDash is the red app. So if you hear me talking about it in that sense, you know what I'm talking about. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh, see, now here's the other thing too, y'all. See how it got right there? It got right there, but did not wick in. Now remember, that happened earlier over here. Right? On the 1 minute. It wicked in or it didn't get there, then it got there, and then it wound up coming through. So that was on this candle here where we got in. See, we got in there, boom, and we got out there because we stopped out. It was a wick in, a pop out, and wicked in, and then kept going. Again, things you got to be aware of. So what I try to do is I try to look at volume, pushing through. So we're at 26,000, 27,000 on this one, 38,000 on this one. See what it wants to do here. If it wants to wick in and keep going, or is she coming back down? Because on the grand scheme of things, guess what, guys? We're still in this range. Oh, no, we broke below the range finally. Okay. My bad. We broke below the range. So let's see what it wants to do here. See what it wants to do here. Boop. Let's see if it gets in there or not. Anyway, have you passed the combine yet? I've passed 3 or 4 combines already. but I haven't made $1 yet on these sim pundits. But yeah, I've passed sims. Plenty of those. Yeah, 3 of those, 4 of those. 3 of those, I think. Oh, there she is talking about Steven. Oh, God. Shut up, Scott. Yeah, shut up, Scott. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here now. See what's going to happen here. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to lock it down. Interesting name, Tesla Grind. Who is the Tesla Grind anyway? Yeah, I know. I need to get those payouts. We're working on them. Listen, let's put it this way. David and Emily Adventures. I am approaching the 1 year mark on trading futures. Next month will be the 1 year mark on trading futures. But here's the thing. I'm only at $1,000 total investment. So my tuition for that year has been $1,000. Oh my God, Buddha. All right, so we're slamming up in here to this 5-minute fair value gap. Let's see what it wants to do here. But again, the volume is not there. That's slamming up, right? We're looking at this volume here. It's a low volume, relatively low volume candle. Right? Let's see if it spikes more volume at the 3-minute mark. Because we look, big stack, smaller candles on the volume, spikes on the volume. See what it does. Change the name to Tesla Grind. I tell you, boy, Buddha, if you ever get an original thought, I'm trying to be Vinny with having great names on YouTube. I get lucky with the names, bro. Steven's got some really good names. Tech and Effects, Steven Effects. That's Steven's the guy who comes up with the good names. Buddha and Steven come up with the good sayings too. What's Buddha's famous saying? Get your money and bounce. And Steven's best quoted saying, I'm not here to fix rideshare. I'm here to get my money and bounce. I'm telling you, our group, although small, our community, although small, we're really good. Oh, man. Where are we at? 57, 58. All right, I got 2 more minutes, and then I'm officially going to end this. Get the money and bounces, brother. Hell yeah. Hells yeah. We still got a downtrend there, though. I want to clear off some of this stuff real quick. Let me clear off some of this. Let's clear out. I'll clear this out. You guys don't need to see that. I need to fix this zone and get that out of there. It's too strong. We'll break that out. Okay. Just moved my fucking wick. Yes, I did. You banana head. Why is it doing that? Oh, well, that's right. Okay. Oh, that's why, because I'd never locked it in. I'm a dipsy doodle. All right, so there's that. And then we do have a downtrend right here. Boop, 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 boop. See what happens there. So now if we reject right here, look, the strength of the candle is not that strong. 22,000, 29,000, 38,000. So we're going down in volume strength. Still healthy. We're going down. So let's see what it does here when it gets to the opening range low, 30-minute low. If it rejects here or if it pops through, we're going to find out. Could come all the way back up to BWAP too. Anyway, it is 10:59, y'all. We got to get the hell up out of here. I appreciate, bro, everybody's still learning to trade. What are you kidding me? Ain't none of us financially wealthy. It's always something to learn every day. I used to know a guy. Well, let me rephrase. I know a guy. Probably the most well-known, most accomplished professional bowler out of Colombia, Andres Gomez. And he always used to say, man, when he used to come into the pro shop, he always used to say the same thing. Boss. Deep baritone voice with that Spanish. Boss. There is always something to learn. And he's right. Every day, bro. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. That's why I just asked Gronk. That way I can learn something new every day. All right, we got a little bit of wick here. Wick here. We're in there. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to wind this show down. I appreciate y'all being here. We will see you tonight. We will see you tonight, 9 o'clock on the Hangout. I'm telling you, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, y'all. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. No, if I do a stream tonight, I won't do a stream tomorrow, but maybe Friday. Maybe Friday we'll do a stream. I don't know. We'll see who shows up tonight.